we are not going to do something normal. We are not going to have this particular live broadcast as a normal live broadcast. You are watching from Enter Biafra Channel 1. You are watching on YouTube. You are watching on Twitch. You are watching on other social media platforms. At this point, we will not be streaming live on Facebook. For those of you on Facebook, I went on Facebook to inform those on Facebook that we are now live, and we are live and direct. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Today, we have come to begin the awareness, creating the awareness and demanding the release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU unconditionally for medical reasons. Unconditionally for medical reasons. Those of you, our Biafra people, this is not to say you should panic, but for the fact that the Nigeria terrorist government has postponed or are going on vacation after they set up a date. They set up a date for hearing. And knowing fully well that they have already set up a date because of our leader. Everybody is afraid. They don't want to go to court. They are afraid. They are, cooking a lot of things in the pot. But one thing they don't know, whatever they are going to cook in the pot, we are already eating our own. We are assuring Biafra people today that no cause for alarm. This particular game, we are going to be on top, and as I'm talking to you right now, we are on top of this game. We are calling on Biafra people, lovers of freedom, lovers and followers of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, who are not even Biafrans, to not worry. We are already victorious. What you see going on is a way to circumvent a lot of things. But however they do it, Bible say everything worketh for good to those who love God. And we love God. So whether they are going to go on vacation for 1 year, whether they are going to go on vacation for 5 years, whether they are going to go for vacation for 2 days, every action, everything they do will work for good for us. We want to tell you this evening, when the news broke about going on vacation, it was not a surprise to us, because we know that it is going to happen like that. And that is to show you that the country you are fighting for, that is for those who want to be part of one Nigeria, the country you are fighting for is in this very serious mess. Is in a serious mess. How can a country have judiciary? Judiciary have bunched thousands and thousands of cases where they have oil. And all of a sudden, at the middle of the year, somebody is releasing a statement like this. Chief of the Honorable Chief Judge, High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. To all Honorable Judges, High Court of FCT, Abuja. My Lord, 2021 Annual Court Vacation. In exercise of the power conferred on me by Order 52, Rule 4 of the Rules of this Court, I hereby declare that the Court will proceed on annual vacation beginning from Friday, 23rd July 2021 to Friday, 3rd of September 2021. The Court will resume for the new legal year on Monday, 6 September 2021. I wish your Lordship a very pleasant vacation in advance. Justice S. Garba. These are the people who have been positioned for a day like this. This is the reason. This is why we say, when some of us are crying and shouting like this, we tell you the conquest of Nigeria, they have institutionalized all mechanism so that any corner of the sector of enemy you go to, you have full. Now, you see the name, Justice S. Garba. These are the justices that will go to International Criminal Court and get F9. These are the product of quota system judges that will go to the International Criminal Court and get F9. Not just F9, no. F9 with comment, with disgraceful and derogatory comment attached to it. That the best of their best knows nothing about jurisprudence or international law. Somebody who you brought out to the public and say he is the best, go to ICC. Even going to the ICC, he could not answer question to the structure of the court. He don't know the structure of the court in which he was appointed to go and represent his Fulanese. These are the judges you see here. Justice S. Garba is telling you by the power conferred on him from rule this and rule that. He decided to abandon all cases before them. He decided to abandon all cases, including high-profile cases, before them. And say, we are going on vacation. And let me tell you, we know that this is going to happen. We know, not that we don't know. We know that this is going to happen. In fact, we were even thinking that they are going to make this pronouncement on the 26th or before 26th, that the vacation starts on the 26th. But because of the eye of the world is on the trial of our leader, is on the abduction, on the kidnap of our leader, they don't want to go start this vacation on the 26th of this month. So, as they have postponed or they are now going on vacation, extraordinary vacation, we are extraordinarily demanding the immediate release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Because there is no rationale. There is no rationale. This is to tell you that the country is not working and it can never work. There is no rationale behind a country or the same court, the same judiciary set up a date for hearing. And all of a sudden, because of the momentum and dust this particular issue have raised across the globe, all of a sudden, you want to go to vacation. Vacation for what? You are running away from your own responsibility. You said you have captured our leader. You said you have captured our leader. You said you said you have captured him. You said you have kidnapped him. And then you hurriedly, immediately you bundled him to Nigeria. You presented him to court. Now, all of a sudden, you are afraid. For how long are you going to run from taking him to court? For how long will you run? Because you know you have nothing against him. In fact, let me tell you, the problem of these people is that some of them think that they went to school. And they know that Abraham Aga was out here, that place they are going, there is no road there. They know. They know that there is no road. There is no road where they are going. But they will continue to create sin. They will continue to commit international crime. They will continue to breach international law. They will continue to commit blunder. They will continue to dance naked before the eye of the world. I got bono. Mmiri. I got bono mmiri. Do you know how they normally say, in those days, in the village, when you are fighting with somebody, you go to the stream. Go to the stream, and then all of a sudden, you start fighting each other. You start fighting. I don't know whether that kind of thing still exists these days. You start fighting each other. You will tell the person, why am I? You fight in the stream. Any day you want to fight with someone, make sure you do not go to the stream to fight. Because in those days, when we are fighting, we take your head, we put it under the water. It is part of the fight. So this time around, I got bono. There is no two ways about it. It's going to be eye for an eye. It's going to be teeth for teeth. It's going to be shoulder for shoulder. And we are going to speak in the language you will understand. I did not come here this evening to start making mouth. But we are going to do everything humanly possible. We are going to do everything humanly inhumanly possible, so that you are going to hear us. Now, if you look at the screen, those people, those of you, families in Dallas, Texas, the convention center, 10 a.m. on the 14th of July, which is tomorrow. If you are in Dallas, Texas, if you are in Texas, anywhere you are around Texas, you are expected to be part of this rally. You are expected to be part of this rally. If you are in Texas, you are expected to be part of this rally. Whether you are Ududua, whether you are Biafra, whether you are Nigeria person and you don't like what is going on, you are expected to be part of the rally. I think Mira Bing, I will be waiting for more information. I need flyer to this for this particular rally tomorrow, please. I need flyer, and it is rather coming late, but of course we can still create awareness with it. I need flyer. And those of you who are already organizing the rally, please, we need to start seeing the flyers. So we are going to be sharing it and push it to the public. We need to start sharing the flyer, and we need to start seeing it in the public. Henrietta Abia, Chai, Simon, village guy, inside village. Yes, you know, one thing about me is that I tested all this thing, I tested all this life, so there is nothing you can tell me now that, you know, that I will not have some experience about. And it was part of the training when God was positioning and nurturing me and, you know, shaping me for the tasks ahead of us, which I am doing today. So it is part of the training that you are seeing today. You know, every experience is never a waste. Every experience is never in vain. They add to how you reason critically and all that. So everything you experience in this life, both whether it is in village, whether in the city and all that, everything, if you know how to manage and utilize them, it is going to work for you. Now, I have a very important issue to address before we go further in what we are going to do today. I have very, very important thing to address. What I want to address today is those who have surfaced again in the name of Anonymous. In the name of Anonymous. Our leader was abducted. Everybody is now banking on it. Our leader was kidnapped. Every prophecy is now coming. Everybody is now coming to claim they said it, they said this, they said that. Take your prophecy and put it in your pocket. And they mention about Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho. And you know, they told the Igboho, who did not say it? Have we not said about Sunday Igboho's attempted assassination? Have I not been singing the message or singing the song that they are coming for him? So what is so special? Somebody sent me a video today. In fact, let me tell you, not all these videos or comments I will be responding to, but there are ones who are targeted at scamming our people. I have made it very clear, expose them. Anonymous is scam. They are scammers that are not original Anonymous. These Anonymous are scammers. Do not fall for them. They are waiting for every opportunity to start to say, we said it, we said it. We said it, we said it. Did we not say the same thing? Who doesn't know that our leader is a big fish to the Nigerian government, Fulani government? Do you need somebody to start telling you, oh, they are looking for you, they are looking for you, they are looking for MAZI NNAMDI KANU, and MAZI NNAMDI KANU is targeted? Do you need somebody to tell you and give you prophecy about that? If you are waiting for somebody to tell you that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is being targeted by Nigeria and everything is being done, my brother, then I don't know which brain you are using, because he is the biggest fish. He is the biggest fish. And as I'm talking to you now, all people born in Nigeria know, as they are now chewing it, the people don't know how the people to come out now is a problem. The bone is in their throat. So I don't know. You know, even those you think that are genuinely supporting your struggle, my brother, they are scam. They are scam. Somebody sent me a video today. I was very surprised. You know, I was very surprised. One of these comedians or something, you know, saying, I want to talk about this anonymous. Simon Ekpa is brainwashing. And these are the people that have been hit with the exposition of anonymous. All of them are scammers. It is organized criminal gang. It is organized crime. And they focus on scamming Biafrans. They focus on scamming Biafrans. And so when I delve into exposing them, all of them got hit, including the one that made that video today and say Simon Ekpa is brainwashing Biafrans. I was even thinking that that guy have sense. He is talking about anonymous, exposing that MAZI NNAMDI KANU, something like this will happen. Sunday Igboho, something like, did it not happen? Did we not say it before the anonymous? Now, what the guy is not telling some people is that are the anonymous scamming people? The people that actually, and you know what I tell you? They say, oh, some people are using anonymous name. Some people are impersonating them. How can you be making such stupid comment? How can somebody be impersonating anonymous when the people that are victim will write them directly to their page? From that page, they are going to give them a signal number. They are going to give them WhatsApp number from their page. And they will be communicating with the people, and they will be collecting $5,000, $3,000, and they are sharing them and give it to even the one that made the video today, because what he said shocked me. So it means that all these people you see, they are part of the scam of this anonymous. You see, they are part of the scam. So when you see them making all these things on social media, you think they are genuine. They are not genuine anything. Now they projected, they waited, and now MAZI NNAMDI KANU has been abducted. Let us come out now and attack Simon Ekpa. He was the one who was exposing anonymous. Anonymous said it. Anonymous said that. Go and watch all our videos, all our live broadcasts. We have said it. We know. You don't need to tell us what our leader is going through. You do not want to. You are not in position to tell us. We know. We also know what Sunday Igboho is going through. You do not need to tell us. You do not need to tell us. But what you are not telling the people, especially that guy that made that video today, it is today that I know that he's part of them. You know, he's a chain. You know, this because you cannot come and address anonymous issue about that they give a prophecy. I don't know what kind of prophecy they are giving. Fake. They give prophecy, and then people are telling you that anonymous is scam. How can you address that they are not scam? Can you come and argue that they are not scam? Can you come and argue that they are not collecting money from people? Can you come and argue that? You can't argue that. But of course, if he is one of them, he would dare to come and challenge that it is not true. So my people, disregard any video telling you that Simon Ekpa is brainwashing you. You know what is truth. Those people who have become the victim, hundreds of you are here watching. I have Some of you, I have all the money you have paid to them. Some of you, I have your evidences of your bank. I have the receipt. I have your payments, the payment slip you used to pay them. And then I have also most of the screenshots you sent to the anonymous. But you know what they do? Because they have been able to control your mind, they will come to tell you it is somebody that is impersonating them. Because you that have fallen victim, you know that nobody impersonated them. You know that before you make a contact with them, you have sent a message through their page. And from that page, somebody responded to you and gave you account information where you are going to pay money to. And immediately you pay money there, they will stop responding to you. And let me tell you, there are many. There are many. So that guy that made that video, that comedian guy that I always be talking about, Biafra this, Biafra that guy is part of them. For him to have come to say Simon Ekpa is brainwashing people, it means that the exposition I did on Anonymous hit him very bad. His pocket is now dry. Do you know how much they are scamming Biafras every day? And as I'm talking to you now, there are most of their, or any comment you see here that goes against what I'm saying, go and check it. There is one of them. You see, they are students. I have the audio. I have audio of where they mistakenly called one of the people that they have scammed, one of their victims. And they were discussing about exam. They were discussing about coming from exam hall. They were discussing. This one is, they were discussing, they did not know that they have called somebody. And the person recorded them. So you see, let me tell you, what I'm doing, be careful. Be careful. Do not give your money to nobody telling you are going to win a number, telling you are going to, we cannot be alive in this social media and see our people being scammed and we overlook it. Never. So no matter as little as it could be, for that guy to come to say Simon Ekpa is brainwashing people, we tell you how hard his pocket is dry. The pocket was hit by the exposition of the scam of Anonymous. Do you know how they made it? When they get the money, they share the proceed. They share the proceed. Everybody is benefiting from the proceed of the crime of Anonymous. So my people, disregard that video. I don't want to even give him something by even mentioning his name. But for those of you who have watched the video, just mark it today. That guy is just mentioning Biafra for he's a scammer until he do a rejoinder. Until he do a rejoinder to tell us how Simon Ekpa brainwashed Biafrans. How Simon Ekpa brainwashed Biafrans. Until he do a rejoinder to prove how he brainwashed Biafra. The thing he said that Anonymous said it, have I not said it before the Anonymous? The thing he claimed that they say Abaso de Igboho, did I not say it before them? But because he is so bitter and he has been looking for opportunity, to bounce back to business. He has been looking for the opportunity, and to him, opportunity has come. So the opportunity now is that MAZI NNAMDI KANU has been adopted. Oh, Simon Ekpa come and brainwash people and say, do not believe Anonymous, do not do this, do not do that. Who doesn't know that everybody that is in Biafra struggle, everybody that is in the struggle is target? Do you need prophets to tell you that? So my people, disregard such video, and by their fruit you shall know them. By their fruit you shall know them. I will not go further into that. Now, there is something I want to do here. Just one moment. I'm going to present something. And remember, this broadcast is about demanding the release of our leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. I want you to listen to this.
new perspective.
Yes.
And the state government or the governors.
Now, I want you to see the reason why MAZI NNAMDI KANU is in DSS. I want you to see the reason why Sunday Igboho house we attacked. I want you to see the reason why any voice that rise to speak for the freedom of people, they are going to attack them. I want you to watch this.
Can actually
take you up on that.
let me give you a perspective.
Yes.
And the sense or the governors can actually give lands for ranches. But is the federal government also concerned about the kind of consultations that may have gone on between the state government and the people living in those communities have ancestral attachment to those plots of lands?
Ancestral attachment? You can only have attachment when you're alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again?
Did you hear that? Attachment to ancestral land. It means, is it not when you are alive? This is someone who is in the presidency. This is someone who is in the presidency. When we are talking about serious issue, some people are talking about one Nigeria. Now, this is a spokesman or a media person or whatever they call him of the presidency. He is not even a Fulani. He is not even a Fulani. Now, how many of you watched the video, the broadcast, our broadcast yesterday? Yesterday, in our broadcast, I taught you people how slot has enslaved everyone from the southern Nigeria. Now, what you're listening to Femi saying, Femi is a product of slot. Slot. Somebody is asking, what are we going to do now? What we are going to do now is that you just sit where you are and watch us, because you are not part of those who are going to do something. So if you want to be part of them, you come and join us. But for now, the answer to your question is to just sit down and watch. That's all. For those of you who want to, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? We are going to sit and watch. And I believe, after we sit down and after we watch, you will shake yourself and be proud of Biafra people. You will be very, very proud of Biafrans. So, but for now, you sit down and watch. Now let us continue. So as I was saying, the thing you listing from this man now is as a result of slot. Slot is the tool for enslavement in Nigeria. They say they give one slot to somebody, and the slot is that they give it to Femi Adesina. Now Femi Adesina has been positioned by the person that got slot for him, and the result is that somebody will be alive and speaking like a dead man. This man is telling you, and he's from the southern Nigeria, he's telling you that, do you want, you are talking about land. We are telling you that the Fulani are coming to take your land. He's telling you, why would you be fighting Fulani? You want to die? Is it better for you to die or to be alive and talk about land? That if you don't give their land, they are going to kill you. So which means, in addition to coming from the southern Nigeria, in addition to having gotten a slot to become what he is today in the presidency, he knows some secret that you don't know. He knows some secret that you don't know. The secret he knows, he don't even think about it. He don't even think about what is the future we bring if actually everybody decided to die because they don't want to give up their land, and it is remaining people like him who decided not to die and allow their land to be taken over by the Fulanis. So he don't even know what his future will be. That is the point here. But he don't care. He don't care because he soiled his hand in dirty slot. You know, when he was a journalist, they say Femi was good, he's right this and right that. But believe me, he didn't get this appointment by merit. He didn't get this appointment by merit. He got this appointment by slot system. Ekpa protest, Houston, Texas, 14 July, 11 a.m., British Consulate General, 1301 Finning Street, next to the Houston Police Station headquarters. Okay? Please remember, Revolutionary Way, please, it is very, very important, very, very, very important that you people take this protest also to media house. Those media houses is very, very important. Government offices, especially Parliament, the media, the giant media houses in Texas, in Houston. Take this protest there. Take the protest to every media house that that is giant, or the best two news media, TV house, television house in Houston. Best two. Select it. In fact, sometimes the thing you are looking for in a high distance is even down very close to you. So sometimes we may even begin to look at even the small television houses, because some of these television houses, some of these news media, they are looking for something to talk about. The big ones are big. They are looking for big things. But if we make it big, they are going to pick it up. So it is our responsibility to make it big enough for them to start talking about it. So by the time you besiege those media houses in your numbers, construct a very strong and straight, simple letter to them, read it, demand that somebody must come and address you, and you hand it over to them. Why are you not reporting the impunity going on in Nigeria? The world need to know. Tell them that America is under threat. Tell them that the threat now is that America. Okay, in fact, I want to play something because some of you do not understand what is going on. One moment. One moment. One moment. One moment, because I didn't think I'm going to play this video. I'm going to search for it. Here we go. This is for those of you in America. You know, what we do is that when we talk, we bring it live, fact. We don't just talk and make mouth. We bring it live and you see it. So the reason why you must go to media house in America, tell them, are you aware that America is under serious threat? It is not now, but it is happening already. I want you to watch this.
They're willing to cooperate because of that, because they know each other, because there's some tribal ties and engagements that allow them to work together, whereas in other parts of the world, they have different objectives and a little bit different view. And so that tends to bring Islamic State and Al-Qaeda into conflict. Here, they're able to overcome that, and that's what, and work for a common purpose in their mind.
Now, this video I have analyzed severally. This particular video I have analyzed severally. This man said that what I have noticed in Nigeria, in Sahel, in Africa, is that the terrorists have been able to work together and have been able to overcome their differences, and they are now working for a common objective. And this video was like few years ago, like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Now, he said that what I have noticed is that all these terrorists are working together in Nigeria. And let me tell you the lies. They tell you that, Sheku, they have killed Shekau. They say they have killed. I told you that the killing of Shekau is a scam. I told you that killing of Shekau, they claim that Shekau was assassinated and killed and bombed, is a scam, is a lie. Shekau is alive. Shekau is alive, and because they have almost, completed what they are doing with the government of Nigeria, they say now, let's Shekau lie low, so that the world will not be saying, oh, the leader of Boko Haram is still alive. You are sending military to the east to kill people and all that. So they say they are going to cook this story of they have killed Shekau. Now they cook the story, and the military believe it. Of course, military is part of them, but the military is the one telling you story that another terrorist killed the chief of another terrorist organization. It's a scam. It's a scam, and they are not even ashamed that they could not kill the Shekau, that they claim another, and they even went ahead. They even went as far as saying they used another terrorist to kill the terrorist, the chief of terrorists. My brother, my sister, if you are watching me today, Shekau is not dead. Shekau is not dead. This is not the first time I'm saying it. Shekau is alive. He is not dead. He is not dead. Shekau is leading this fight, this terrorist from underground. He is not dead. Now they use that small boy, they presented him, and Shekau is doing the job. Now let me tell you, this man said that terrorists in Nigeria are trying to find safe haven in Nigeria and the Sahel. And after, when they find the safe haven, they are going to begin to sponsor terrorist attack in America. In America. Now, let me tell you, in America, now, what is safe haven? What safe haven this man is talking about, if not when they can successfully conduct election in Nigeria, elect governor, impose levy? What else is safe haven if that is not safe haven? Now, so if you are in America, go to the media houses Copy this video. Tell them, don't you know that America is now in a serious danger, that when these people finalize in getting Nigeria, they will be sponsoring terrorist attack in the United States? Because if the intelligence agency in the US are not telling their media, we are telling them. This is a man, this is a general, US general, telling you that if they are able to find a safe haven in Nigeria, they are going to be sponsoring terrorism in the United States. And he went further to say the threat is not now, but maybe in the nearest future. So I am reminding him now that the nearest future he was talking about is here. Because for the terrorists to be able to conduct election in Nigeria, they have found safe haven. For the terrorists to be able to elect a governor within Nigeria state, they have found that safe haven. For a terrorist to impose levies on the Nigeria people, it means they have finally found that safe haven. So the next thing that is remaining now is to begin to sponsor the attack in America. So tell American media that this is what is coming to them. And it is time we begin to act. It is time we begin to speak in the voice and the language they are going to understand. So I'm going to play the video for you to understand what I'm talking about.
I think long term, and we don't know when this will happen, but long term, they want to establish themselves. They want to establish a caliphate, and they are willing. We know they have not only the desire, but the will to attack the United States in the West.
They are willing. We know that in the nearest future, they want to establish the caliphate. They want to establish themselves. They want to find a safe haven. And then we know that they are willing to attack the United States. So my people, I am just I told this man, when this man made this interview, I said, don't wait for nearest future. What we are fighting for, what Biafra is fighting for today, the Biafra people, what we are fighting for today is not just to save our people, it's not just to save indigenous people in Nigeria, it is also to save America and to save European Union. That is what they should know. That is what the media should know. So when you are writing this letter, addressing it to all these media houses, make reference to this. Make reference to the fact that the thing this man said in this video have actually happened, because he was expecting what is happening now to be happening to be happening in 20 years time. That is their own because we have now, we made them to begin to do something that, prematurely. The exposition of Biafrans has made them to start prematurely to execute this plan that this man was talking about here. So people need to know what is coming. People need to know that what is happening now, the United States Intelligence Agency are aware of it. But the question is, are the Americans aware of it? Are ordinary Americans aware of it? That is the question. If ordinary Americans are not aware of it, the media may be interested in knowing it. The analysis here is that whether they agree or not, they have found that safe haven. They are beginning to implement the caliphate, which he talked about here, by conducting election peacefully, no police, no bombardment, no air raid. The elected governor, they made the governor face public. Everybody know him, they know his name. After that, they levied the people of Borno State. And before then, the governor come out to say, no territory under Boko Haram control in Borno State. So my people, what I'm telling you now is that go out there to America where you are protesting. Make sure you target media houses and let them understand what we are saying. Let them understand that the people of America, the locals, those who are electing the leaders should know what is going on in Africa. That it is not just Africa problem, that they shouldn't be thinking that it's Africa problem, that as we are solving this problem, we are also saving their future. So let them not think that they leave Africa with their problem. They are, Africa with their problem. I want you to listen to this man. And he is saying everything he's saying here is truth. Now let us go there.
Establish themselves. They want to establish a caliphate, and they are willing. We know they have not only the desire but the will to attack the United States and the West. And so if we're unable to disrupt them, if we're unable to disrupt their efforts, you give them that safe haven. You give them the opportunity to develop their external operations, to develop their capabilities. And then you combine that with what I believe they're trying to do is find a source of reliable income that they can establish that through either kidnap for ransom, what they're doing now. They can get access to the gold mines that are throughout the region, and then they can start accessing the smuggling networks that run north to south from the Gulf of Guinea up to the Mediterranean that have been there for centuries. And if they can start to co-opt those and use that for a reliable source of income, you've got the ingredients for something that could be quite bad.
You see, I want everybody to understand what is going on here. That is exactly what the government of Nigeria is helping them to do. This man is saying that they know that the target of the terrorists is gold mines, and they are in position of them. I said, any place you see them fighting, any place you see bandit, any place you see bandit in Nigeria, there is natural resources there. That is their target. If you have not paid attention to what I'm saying to this particular point, start from today, go and research every place you see bandit in Nigeria, the Boko Haram terrorists and the Fulani terrorists, they're called bandit. Any place you see this Fulani terrorists in Nigeria, there is natural resources there. If there is no natural resources there, there is agricultural product there. There is food in that place. So they want to take over those places. They want to bring problem, chaos into those places to cripple them. Now, this man is saying they know that if they finally get their hand, establish something in Nigeria, they are going to now get their hand in the black market, smuggling these natural resources through the Gulf of Guinea, and all of what have you. They are in for a deep shit. And everything he said here, he was estimating it 20 years to come. It is happening now. Every single thing he said here is happening. Everything he said here is happening. So, my people, America should wake up. And he said, if we do not disrupt them now, this is what is going to happen. If we do not disrupt them now, this is what is going to happen. You see? And so how do you disrupt them? How do you disrupt them? How do you save America? How do you see, rub my back, I rub your back. That is what we are into now. Shake me, I shake you. So if America think that they are going to allow Biafra or they are going to allow everybody in Nigeria to die, my people, they are going to pay the price too. This is a fact. So if they think that because by the time they find this safe haven, this man is talking about here, they are money, they control if they finally get the safe haven where they can have access to all these natural resources, of which the government of Nigeria is helping them, laying the foundation for that. My brother, what do you think will happen? They are going to pay the price. But the point here is that we will not allow them to go that far. Whether America or not, we are going to take responsibility and defend our land. Whether British or not, we are going to take responsibility and defend our land. Whether European Union or not, we are going to take responsibility and defend our land. And the responsibility we are going to take start from making sure that our leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, is released unconditionally. 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 You hear when the policemen are lamenting that they say we shouldn't go against the bandit. They say we should not go and kill bandit. They don't give us gun. They don't give us AK-47. They say we must not go and engage them. And you are not asking yourself a question. You are not asking even if you are Mumu, even if you are Mugu, you are not asking yourself a question. What is going on? Why they are kidnapping people in hundreds, children, abducting children from hospital, killing them and all that, raising villages? Do you know that in Niger State yesterday they went to 2 villages, they killed all male Christians in those villages. They wiped them away. Are you aware of that? Did you know that in Niger State, these people, Fulani terrorists, went to the place, they killed all male. Every male were slaughtered and killed. Are you aware of that? And all Christians. So now, Ebidogo, Eroputa, beans. Eroputa aja na beans. So it is no longer that kind of a killing you are talking about. It is no longer the kind of bandit they were telling you is a bandit, they are just kidnapping for money. The game don't change. The game don't finally change. So since you did not believe us before, let us see whether you are going to believe us now. Do you know that in Niger State, 2 villages yesterday, they went there, they killed all male in that village that are Christians. 2 days ago. So is it the same? So where are the police who were bombing Imo State? Where are the Air Force who were killing people in Alaba? We heard that they went and killed our people in Alaba. The Fulanis. They know that Nigeria is gone. They know that the country is already. They are looking for a way, to provoke us. Somebody say in Niger Republic, we did not know which Niger. I know they say Niger. So if it is Niger Republic, it is all the same. In fact, the point here is that it doesn't matter where it happened, whether it is in Niger or whether in Niger Republic or in, it doesn't matter. Are you not seeing that they are running pipeline to Niger Republic? Your pipeline is going from southern Nigeria all the way to Chad and Niger Republic. So what is the difference between Niger Republic and the Fulani North? What they are doing is that they want to, the caliphate is going to be the Niger, the Niger Republic and the northern Nigeria. That is the new caliphate that is coming. If you don't know that, you know it now. So there is no difference between Nigeria and Niger Republic. The northern Nigeria and Niger Republic, of course, that is different. There is no difference between northern Nigeria and Niger Republic. They are the same. So whether they kill the people in Niger Republic or they kill them in Nigeria, and for the fact that they killed only Christian, all male in that village, and they all Christian, they killed them. That should tell you something. You think it is not coming to the northern Nigeria? You think that is not going to happen in northern Nigeria? Wake up. Wake up, because even worse, that something worse than that is going to happen. Now let us listen to this man.
We have to watch this. We don't know. It's not there yet. There's not a direct threat to the U.S. right now or to the West, but it's very destabilizing the region. And I believe that if it's left unchecked, it could very easily develop into a greater threat and a greater threat to the West and the United States.
You see, he said there is no direct threat now. That is during the time when he granted this interview. He said there is no direct threat now, but he believed that if this thing is left unchecked, it could escalate and it will become a threat to West and America. So I am telling you now today, what this man was expecting, that if they leave them unchecked, it will escalate. They have left it unchecked. They have allowed Nigeria government to continue to sponsor terrorism, and today it is unchecked. It has become unchecked, and it has escalated. It has escalated to even them conducting election in the Nigeria territory for the very first time in the history of Nigeria, while efforts are in Ladipo, killing Igbo people in Ladipo. It has escalated to the point that they conducted election. Somebody won governorship election in Nigeria, while efforts, who should be going there to bombard them like they bombard our people in Imo State, they are in Ladipo, shooting and killing our people. Because they know that the source is coming from Ladipo. They know that the finance of our people is in Ladipo. They know that our power is in the world. They know that so where you are getting your source of livelihood, some of them is in Ladipo. So they abandon northern Nigeria, where Fulani have penetrated and have captured the territory of Nigeria, and Nigeria Air Force, controlled by Boko Haram. They have sent them to Ladipo. Let me tell you, the Ladipo is going to escalate. It is going to escalate. Believe me, you can't kill our people and go free. You cannot. You cannot kill Biafrans and go free. You cannot kill Biafrans and go free. We are going to revenge, and we will be very ruthless and brutal in revenging and defending ourselves. It is going to be self-defense. We are going to defend ourselves. We are going to revenge the killing of our people by the Air Force. You can't kill our people and go free. No way. No way. You saw people in the market. You came to the marketplace, peaceful place. You started shooting them. After shooting, you go away because you are wearing khaki army uniform. You are wearing army uniform. You come from whatever cantonment you come from. You enter Ladipo, you kill our people, and you go away. Intimidation. Because you have AK-47 with you. What happened in Ladipo today will be revenged. The life you take in Ladipo, killing our people in Ladipo, will be revenged. Let me tell you, the language you are telling us you want to speak to us, we will speak with you and speak to you in a better language, that you will go to school from now till Nigeria will disintegrate. You will never learn how to speak it. This is not a threat, it's a promise. You cannot kill our people and go free. You killed people, 5 people in Ladipo today for no reason. But I'm telling you now that this American general said if they leave this thing unchecked, it is going to escalate, and then they will become a threat to America and to the West. And today, I am informing the world that Nigeria government, who everybody already agree, both international community, both government official, they know that they are complicit in the jihad, genocide, and killing, ethnic cleansing in Nigeria. They are complicit in the crime, and they are not denying it. And they are not denying it. It have escalated to the point this American general was talking about. And today, they conduct election. They voted, they institute their own government, they have governor, they are collecting tax. So what else is safe haven if this is not the safe haven? Now let us listen.
We see that this has been very deliberate. So they've been working on this for a while. So they have gone out, they being Al-Qaeda affiliates, JNM, others, to engage with key leaders in key locations and start to recruit early. And then that allows them to seed the ground. And so as they then move into these areas, they have some presence already. And we know they're active throughout the region. Al-Qaeda has been active here since pre-9/11. They obviously moved to Afghanistan. They're coming back to this region, and I think they've got quite a network that we just don't have good visibility on. So there's more underneath the surface than many realize, and they're able to tap into that. I think the other piece of why it moves so quickly is there's some people that feel isolated, separated from the government. We have to work on governance. Al-Qaeda, whether we agree with it or not, brings some level of justice to many of these areas and some level of services that aren't provided by central governments. and they provide some representation to people who are minority groups that are not, they don't feel part of the larger communities such as the Fulani or the Tuareg. And so you put that together and it creates the conditions that allow them to rapidly move. So what is it that we can bring? What are the key elements the United States brings? What is the expertise? What is the intelligence sharing? What is the unique capabilities that we bring, and engage those at the right level? And I think we can have an outsized effect with a very small presence. We don't have to have a large troop presence in order to have that enabling effect. So instead of worrying about what is the size of the presence, I think we should look at what is the appropriate engagement across the government from all levels, from State Department, from aid, and then as well as what the military does.
So the point now is that every single thing this man said here, you are going to let America people know that either they have failed, either the American Intelligence Agency, they actually failed to implement what they believe should have been the solution to this problem. It has failed. Because he saw this, what is happening today, he spoke about it. He said, if we leave it unchecked, it is going to escalate. So which means they implemented some kind of measures to stop it, or trying to stop it from escalating to the state it is today, where they conduct election and they elect a governor and they march together and come together and they are singing music, everybody's listening to the music. So which means that their strategy has failed. Now, since their own strategy has failed, because with all this, the intelligence report, which is very, very accurate, or was very, very accurate, because what everything this man said is happening now. So, with their own mechanism, measures failing, can they now adopt our own? What is our own measures? How to stop them from, the thing from escalating? Our own measure and the solution is disintegration of Nigeria. Disintegration of Nigeria will disintegrate the interests of these people who have come to look for safe haven. Disintegration of Nigeria will save America, will save the Western world from the terrorist attack that will be coming from Nigeria if they left this thing unchecked like they have done already, and they are now beginning to institute governments and governors and their officials to be collecting money and killing people in northern Nigeria. If that is not done, then what they have said here, as it is happening now, that is how it is going to happen in America, and it's going to happen in the EU. And we cannot just sit down and allow that to happen. Everybody have a role to play to make sure that the message is going around, to make sure that people are understanding the predicament, the future challenge that we are talking about. Everybody have a role to play. So the role you have to play now is the opportunity have come. Our leader has been abducted, and the reason for adopting our leader is that they know what he can do and they know what he has done to make sure that he truncated this idea and plan of looking for a safe haven in Nigeria. And they know that the only solution to this whole thing is to divide Nigeria, which MAZI NNAMDI KANU is fighting with everything in him. And in order to stop division of Nigeria, they abducted him, and not even abduction in a way, but committing and breaching international law with impunity. So go to media houses, my people. Let our target be media houses. Let our target be the British embassy. Let our target be parliament. Let our target be government, the people, authority that matters. Let us not use this opportunity to go and entertain ourselves in the name of protest. Let the protest be quality protest. Let the protest have target. Let us be focused and make sure our message reaches to the people we are targeting. It is not just about protesting and going to shout and go back home. Draft a letter. Draft a letter have the one you are reading, put the other one in envelope. Go to the media house where you go to. As you get there, demand from the security person in the entrance of the media house, we want somebody to come and address us. Demand. It is your right. When you are protesting for something, it is your right that you speak to the people you want to talk to. It is not a crime. And once you demand, the media house have no option. Whether they like you, whether they hate you, they have to come and collect that letter. They have to come and collect that letter. Tell the security men that you are protesting and you have come here and you demand that somebody from this media house. If all of them, let me tell you, all of them is somebody say draft it. Somebody say draft it. It is not about drafting it. It is not. I'm just telling you what everything I'm saying now should be part of the letter. So anybody that is going to draft the letter must not come from me. We IPOB have a leadership, you know, there is DOS there and all that. Not only IPOB, all Igbo unions, all other organizations, even Nigeria Union or whatever. It is not only, is it that it is only Igbos or Biafrans that are being targeted in Nigeria, or Dudwa that are being targeted in Nigeria? Or do you think it is only those who believe in the dissolution of Nigeria that have been targeted? Everybody is being targeted. So the protest shouldn't be just about Biafra or Dudwa. The protest should be about concerned Nigerians too. If you are concerned Nigeria, go to the street, from what I'm saying now, draft a letter. I have just explained everything, what should be included in the letter. I have just explained it here. So somebody is saying draft it. Is there any what draft are you looking for that you've not heard here? The draft is very, very simple. Nigeria, do you know what is going on in Nigeria? Why are you not reporting the issue, the killings, the ethnic cleansing, the jihad going on in Nigeria? Nigeria, we are fighting to separate. And let me tell you that the terrorists in Nigeria, according to the United States General, U.S. Intelligence Agency, they said that Nigeria, the terrorists in Nigeria are looking for safe haven. And when they find the safe haven, they are going to begin to launch attack in America and in the Western world. Are you aware that everything the intelligence agency have said is already happening? Are you aware that they have actually found a safe haven in Nigeria? They conducted election in Nigeria. Terrorists conducted election in Nigeria. Somebody won the election. They have a governor. They instituted their own government within Nigeria, and Nigeria government are not bombarding them, but rather they are bombarding the Biafra people that set up their own security outfit to fight and protect their land against the government-sponsored terrorism. So all this kind of thing, construct it. I have said a lot today. That's what should be in the letter. Put it, and yesterday I said it, let this letter be the same thing, especially for our family, IPOB worldwide. Let the letter be the same thing everywhere that IPOB is protesting. You put this letter, share it to all coordinators. Any country that they are going to protest, they must carry that letter and demand somebody from the media, from the government house to come and address them. As they address them, you read the letter, you hand over the one in envelope to them. We have to do it. In addition to the paid advertisement that we are going to do, whether some people like it or not, we are going to do that paid advertisement. We are going to turn every stone to make sure we do something different this time, so that our leader will come out and be proud that the men he left behind, represented him very well. They know that the men he has trained and left behind did not fall his hand. He should be proud what we are going to do before he comes out, which is very, very soon. So my brother, my sister, it is not about who write the letter. What I'm saying now is also part of the content of the letter. All right. And on this note, I'm going to open the line. I'm going to open the line for people to come in. Remember, we are demanding for unconditional release of our leader, and we are going to begin to speak in a language they will never understand. They will go to school. They will learn how to speak this language we'll be speaking from now on. They will never learn it. Our own language, they will not understand. Their own language, they say they are going to speak in a language we will understand. And believe me, we understand their language very well. And they know that we understand. Now we are going to give them, and they speak in a language. They will go to school. They will do everything to speak this language of us, of ours. They will never understand it. And the time is here. The time is here. It is not about making mouth. It's not about talking Biafra or nothing. Biafra or nothing. Nigeria, we will make sure that we are going to destroy it, because if you don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy you. If you do not kill Nigeria, Nigeria will kill you. So we are going to do everything to make sure that we destroy Nigeria and restore our nation, either in peace or in pieces. Let me tell you one thing. For those of you who do not understand what I'm talking about, I want to play this video to the end. One moment.
Ancestral attachment. You can only have attachment when you're alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? The National Economic Council that recommended ranching went around those states. It didn't just legislate it, there were consultations. So if a state does not have land genuinely, it's understood. Not every state will have ranches. You don't have to have ranches in 36 states. So if there's no land genuinely found, but where you have land and you can do something, please do for peace. What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day?
Now,
So,
talk again, going back to ranching and cattle colonies, we know that still going back to international conversations, United Kingdom and even the World Bank have come out to say that Nigerian government has not yet asked for support from the Commonwealth nations, and that if they did, there are a litany of investments and ideas and people who could actually help in this area of solving the issue of ranching or cattle colonies, and they would do it, willingly, to see that the violence abates. But then, how do we bring together, the warring factions, whether be it those people who claim they have the land rights and those people who feel that they are marginalized, even though they are indigents and have resided there for decades, which is one of the key points Mieti Island made here the other day, and the issues of castle rustling as well as part of the issue of the violence.
Now, I want you to understand, when they are talking about people who have land and the info at office, please send the spacemen you are talking about to, one moment. Send the spacemen you are talking about to info@ekpa.fi. Send it to info@ekpa.fi. Thank you. Now, let me tell you, when you hear them mentioning about land, when you hear them mentioning about those who have land, let me show you one thing. Did you hear them mentioning land, right? Let me show you. Now, you see, Femi Adesina, a product of slot, is telling you that those who have land should give their land. Now, I want you to look at this. If anybody should have land, in Nigeria, is it not in Niger State? Niger State have 76,000. Niger State have 76,000 kilometer per square kilometer or kilometer square, how they say it. You see, Niger State has 70,000, 76,000. Borno State, where Boko Haram is, see it here, in red, have 70,000. This one, Niger State, here, have 76,000. Taraba State, 54,000. Did you see the picture? The picture you are looking at now is Taraba. Look how green. You see, this one is red, where blood is flowing. This one have even water. They tell you that the river, the water have dried, so they are moving to southern Nigeria where they have water. Oto Abuleji is all lies. I want you all to pay attention to what I'm doing now. Very important. Very important. So you will understand where they have the land. Now, go to Kaduna. Kaduna have 46. And of course, they are killing people in Kaduna. Now, Bauchi State. Bauchi have 49. They are red. You see it? Yobe have 45,000. You see, desert. Upon say desert, they have river. I don't know whether this river is fake, but at least we see the river here. Water is flowing. They tell you the water have dried. They tell you it is not working. There is no water, so the cow is coming to south. You see, Yobe State, where you have Boko Haram, Zamfara. Zamfara have 39. Look at Zamfara, 39,000 per square kilometer or kilometer square. Look at them. Zamfara is a state in the northern Nigeria. Its capital is Gusau, and its current governor is Bello Matawale, a member of the People Democratic Party (PDP). Until 1996, the area was part of Sokoto State. You see it? You see it? Now let us go to Adamawa. Look at Adamawa State. Adamawa State have 36,000. 36,000. In this 36,000 per kilometer square, it is not. They say the land is not there. They say food is not there. They say green is not there. Green grass is not there. Kebbi State have 36,000. Kebbi State have 36,000. Kwara State 36,000. Benue State 34,000. Plateau State 30,000. Kogi State 29,000. I am showing you Oyo State, Nasarawa State. Now let us not go to south. Now Nasarawa 27,000. Sokoto 25,000. Katsina 24,000. Jigawa 23,000. Look at them. And then KANU 20,000. You see, Gombe 18,000. In all these places, they did not see any all this land. You see 70. This is where they want to stay. They want to stay in Anambra. In Anambra that have 4,000. They want to stay in this place now. This is where they want to stay. They want to stay in Anambra that have 4,000 per kilometer square. They want to stay in Imo State. Imo State that have ordinary 5,000. They want to stay in Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State that have 5,000. They want to stay in Imo State. Imo State that have 5,000 per kilometer square. They want to stay in Ekiti State. This small dot here, according to how they address us in the south, they want to stay in this small dot. They want to stay in Akwa Ibom. In this small place, they want to stay. They want to stay in Enugu, 7,000. They want to stay in Osun State, 9,000. They want to stay in Bayelsa, they were 10,000. They want to stay in Rivers, 11,000. They want to stay in Ondo. They want to stay in Ogun. They want to stay in Delta. They want to stay in Edo. Edo, they have occupied Edo. Have you seen it? Now, my people, don't you think that it is time that if you see Femi Adesina on the road, you go and punch him? Don't you think so? For seeing the landmass, in Nigeria. Thank you, Betty Ford, for that super chat. We thank you for supporting the page. MAZI, Ekpa, bravo, please. CD EPOB in Italy, visit Pope Francis with protest letter on Christian killing. Is it possible we don't give SM info publicly? Well, you have to, we are not protest is protest. Everybody knows now. So I don't know what this SM info, what you try to say publicly. I think if you want to protest in Rome, of course, it should be public so that people can join you. I don't know what you mean by give SM info public. Please, you can join me and write me privately if there is some concern about this particular question. Betty Ford, please write me privately. You can join and write me a private message here if there is something. But if it is something that doesn't matter, you can also make a comment and I will see your comment. Is it possible we don't give some info? Okay, somebody say the SM is some. All right, that makes sense. Is it possible we don't give some info publicly? Well, I don't know which info. I don't know which info we are talking about. If it is the info of the Nigeria state, of course, it should be public. If it is the info about the killing, it is public. If it is the info about going to Pope, going to the Vatican to protest, it should be public. So in this whole protest, the content of the letter, I don't think the letter should be something private, because it is not something that anybody is going to debunk. It is not something that anybody is going to say it is a lie. The content of the letter is something we don't lie. So everything is something that, especially in this particular one, if you go and protest and write a letter, the letter should be made public. Letters should be made public. In fact, we would like to see those letters in CNN. We would like to see those letters in BBC, Fox News. We want to see those letters in France 24. We want to see. So these are the reasons you are giving letter to them. You are not giving the letter to them to use it and do something in their offices and nobody hear about them. The letter should be made public, and that is the only way we are. She want to give you some info privately. All right, she can give me some info privately, of course. She can send message to the email I send, and the email info@ekpa.fi, and I'm going to respond to her. Somebody say the Pope don't care. You cannot say the Pope don't care. Pope don't care. It is not in our dictionary. We don't want to hear that Pope don't care. Whether Pope care or not, we have to do and Georgia the saying that just throw the bone away to the dog and leave whatever that is going to happen between him and the spirit. So we are going to do whatever we can do and leave the rest. You don't know how God works. You don't know who God is going to use to work. Everything is possible. So you don't just judge people by their actions and what they have done in the past or how they behave. You can never know when there's going to be a turning point, So that is how the life is. We are not going to ignore anywhere. In fact, even those people that never want to hear Biafra, we are going to go to them. So now I'm going to continue to play the Opono so that you understand where your problem is coming from. Where there is no land, that is where Femi Adesina is advocating that you give your land or you die.
not just the killing of the herders, of the farmers. How do communities begin to look at dispensing ethnocentric, sentiments towards the issue of land and border rights, Mr. Femi, especially through the state government?
That is why you have community leaders. That is why you have traditional rulers. That is why you have local government chairmen. That is why you have states. These things must come up from there. But rather what we see is they are saying, federal government, come and do it. Federal government is so far from those places.
But is there any interaction
hear that?
between the federal and state government?
Did you hear that? Federal government is so far from those places.
Concerning what they are doing to resolve these primary core issues that are causing and stoking this ember of.
Yes, I just said it. The National Economic Council set up committees that went around the states, led by Governor Dave Umahi of the state. It went around all the states.
Unfortunately, we have to. I was going to ask you when the federal government will perhaps, maybe the president will perhaps give the go-ahead to the Inspector General of Police to reveal those politicians that are sponsoring the killings across the country.
And yes, I think the statement on community dialogue and, of course, the...
So one thing I want to tell you all today, you just listen to this woman. She said, oh, okay, we'll be waiting for the presidency to give directive so that the Inspector General of Police will make public those that are sponsoring the bandit or the banditry in Nigeria. My brother, my sister watching me this evening, do you know when this interview was conducted? This interview was conducted, I think, like 2 years now or so. Do you know that till now, or more than 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, do you know that till now, they have not released the list of the name or the name of the people sponsoring the bandit? That is how they deceive you. They use it to make, to divert your attention. Once something is happening, they say, okay, federal government want to release the name of those. 2 years, thank you very much. 2 years. 2 years now. Another Inspector General of Police have come and gone. In fact, during the time of one Inspector General of Police, the Amin have come and gone. They have not released the list. Another one come. They say that this one is going to. He say this one is going to release the list of the people sponsoring bandit. It will make around the news. Everybody is shouting. You lose focus. And 2019. Thank you very much. 2019. No. Another Inspector General of Police come. They say president is going to give go ahead to release the name. Another one. All the Inspector General of Police that have come, everybody is going to release the name. And once they say he's going to release the name, the Nigeria is boiling. Everywhere is running enter-skater. Everybody is running up and down. You'll be talking about it. You forgot the problem you are into. You forget that they are the people that are sponsoring them. You forget that this whole thing is just to distract you, and you are falling for it. Now you see it. You see it. This is not the first time. They say they want to release the list. Have you seen the list? Have you seen the list? I am asking you. Have you seen the list? Let me play it again.
And the federal government will perhaps, maybe the president will perhaps give the go-ahead to the Inspector General of Police to reveal those politicians that are sponsoring the killings across it. I was going to ask you.
Went around the states, led by Governor Dave Umahi of the state. It went around all the states.
Unfortunately, we have to. I was going to ask you when the federal government will perhaps, maybe the president will perhaps give the go-ahead to the Inspector General of Police to reveal those politicians that are sponsoring the killings across the country.
And yes, I think the statement on community dialogue and, of course, the rural elder statesmen should come together to look at issues of land rights, especially as maybe people are also afraid to give over their lands, for cohabitation, and how, overwhelming that could be over the years.
Exactly. And the indigenship and citizenship question.
Absolutely.
It's like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land or to be under the land. It's like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land or to be under the land. It's like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land or to be under the land.
It's better to live on the land than to be under the land. This is coming from Femi Adesina. Southern Kaduna violence is revenge for 2011 post-presidential election killing of Fulani Mayete Allah. Mayete Allah said this in 2017, and nobody have arrested them. Nobody will kill them. Nobody will bombard them. It is on record. Mayete Allah publicly saying it was a revenge of the January of the killing of 2011, and this was in January 2017. And then you know, and who are the patron of the Mayete Allah, the presidency, the Sultan of Sokoto?
Ibrahim Abdullahi is a National Assistant Secretary of the Mayete Allah Cattle Association. Thank you for coming on Sunday City this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigerians.
You have said that this new crisis has caught you by surprise.
Yeah, it is surprising because we thought people would learn lessons.
You said you thought they would learn lessons, and you said that these lessons were rooted in the 2011 crisis.
Exactly.
You also allege that this, people are coming from the outside.
Yeah, and this is why the recent crisis started in a village called Ninte. Somebody, a farmer,
not Godogodo.
Ninte, yeah, in Godogodo Chiefdom. The village, the actual village is Ninte, in Godogodo Chiefdom. What really happened was that a farmer decided to go and farm along the stock routes, or to block the stock routes. And these stock routes were not even local stock routes, international stock routes. You know that a cow is just like water. If you build your house along the water, passage point, when there is flooding, you know what will happen. That water will not just go around because your house is there. It will just take out your house. The same thing, we have well-established, well-documented stock routes that have traversed the entire African continent. You can start from the Central African Republic, crossing Cameroon, Nigeria, into Benin Republic without even asking the cow, without even going in front of the cows. You just follow them, they will take you there. So a farmer decided out of his, I don't know, we call it mischief or whatever, to farm in that area, and an argument ensued between him and a pastoralist who was plying that route.
Did you hear that? They have grazing route where Fulani are passing. So that route have become Fulani route. Are you hearing it? They are passing that route. That route have become the route of Fulani. So somebody go and farm there. So they say, the argument, the Fulani say, this is our route. You cannot come and farm here. And somebody is talking. And somebody in Nigeria is telling me that he is normal and she is normal, and he want or she want to be part of a country like that. Where somebody will come from one forest and say, this place is my route, where my cow passes, and you cannot farm there. What a nonsense. Now, let me continue.
And it resulted into fight. 2 of them got wounded. The Ardo of the area, the Fulani leader of the area, took 2 of them to the hospital and paid the bills. When these stories spread, some youths within Ninte decided to retaliate. They killed that Ardo. They set him ablaze. They burned about 76 nomadic settlements, and that was the beginning of this crisis. So what we are saying is that we did not learn any lesson. Afterwards, people started blocking roads, killing people. People started blocking international stock routes. While we were trying to resolve 2011 crisis, appealing to those people that were affected, you are killing more people. That's why I said we have not learned any lesson from 2011.
So you do believe that there has been some quarrel, and that is what is at the bottom of this particular crisis.
Of course.
Allah ba da sa'a. Allah kiyaye.
Now you understand the music, you understand what is going on. It is a government-sponsored conquest, and that is the reason why some of us are going to do anything we can to, to make Nigeria divide. We are going to dissolve Nigeria. It doesn't matter how it happened. We're going to do, because if you don't do it, when these people will finally get their ground, they are going to slaughter you all. So it is better we do everything, pay ultimate price to free our people from the, the danger that is to come. Now, let me show you one thing, one moment. Some of you may have watched this video. Some of you may have watched this video. They will not give them gun, and I want everybody to watch this. When we are telling the police, they will not listen to us.
The third squadron. Don't be lying.
Relax. Give us our logistic. Before we talk about to go and die, we'll literally to die. Because SG1 is us for sacrifice. 2,000 people to die. We will swear for that. There is God. But we're not going to die. All our fault. Our inconvenience allows us more than give us. Or three squadron don't carry rifle, as secretly me. I don't carry rifle. Where are you deploying me to? And I believe I carry 5 people on a brick. Now prayer fire you. Who am I fighting with that rifle?
Okay.
As a mopo.
Okay.
Those are telling me 4 people die.
And when you listen to him, you will know that this man must be a Biafran. This man must be a Biafran. He said that you deploy me to Boko Haram, to Borno State. It doesn't matter. Somebody say he's drunk. Is he drunk? He may be drunk, but he's saying the truth. He said, you deploy us to Borno State without rifle as a mopo. And none of them is carrying rifle there. Because do you know why? Do you know why? Most of the people there are Southerners. They don't trust them. They don't trust them. They are all Southerners. So they will first of all disarm them. As they are sending you, they will disarm you. Now, what they are going to do is that if you end up, being ambushed by the bandit, you are defenseless. You can't do nothing. So because they are Southerners and the Middle Belters, they disarm them. They gather them, say you are going to the northern Nigeria, to Boko Haram, to Borno State to fight without arms, because they don't trust them. They don't know what is going on, what is going to happen the next minute. So the only place where you are going to be given rifle is when you have arrived Borno State, or maybe as you are leaving, as you are about to leave, they will share rifle and give you. Or maybe when you have just arrived Borno State, you'll be given rifle, because they don't trust you and they don't trust what you are going to do When the rifle is given to you to travel to Bruno, that is what is going on. And then there's some people say he's drunk. He may be drunk, but he's saying he's saying the truth. I want you to watch it.
No endeavor, no help. And the police, follow police gonna fuck with your wife. Bad organization.
Bad organization.
That's true.
Okay.
We are dying in silence.
Okay. Did you hear another policeman? Did you hear another policeman saying that is true in the background? In the background, that is true. And he said it's a bad organization. Bad organization because it's in Nigeria. Fulani controlled organization. Bad organization. Bad organization. And somebody on the background is saying it's true. That person don't have the mind to say what this guy is saying, but he says it's true. Okay, Azuzu. Only action can restore Biafra. Yes, only action. We need your action. Come and join. We are looking for people like you who want to give us the action. Okay, Azuzu. Okay, Azuzu, we want you to come and contact me. We want you to join so that we want to see this thing burning in you. We want to see it being implemented in the battleground. We want to, it's not just we need action, we need only action, only action, only action. Somebody have to be there to do that action, and we need you. So, okay, contact me. Let me tell you the role you are going to play. We need you. Don't just come here to say we need action. You don't have you don't manufacture human beings that is going to do the action for you. This is the time for everybody to be part of that action. So, Asuzu, I am looking up to you to bring yourself, so that we join the action. But if you cannot do it, then do not make this kind of comment again. One more time of this kind of comment, I will block you. But if you can join and you want to contact me, you have my email there, info@ekpa. Tell me that you are the okay Asuzu that you want to join, and I will give you a task. Thank you very much.
All that fire their mama, and you go die. Yes, you go die. There's oppression. All of them go die. Buhari, when say increase police money, you go die. Unnecessary death. They go pass the road. Go to Kochama. Useless people. Useless organization. Let me talk. Sergeant Evans, okay. Senior sergeant.
Okay, you see? Okay, I said it.
Don't the fire them about to for all this rubbish.
You see? And still, he is wearing the uniform because, according to him, he have no choice. He have no choice, And on this note, I'm going to bring you, I'm going to bring some of you to the program. I will only have like 5 persons to talk. After that, we may, if I still have a strength, we can go more than 5. But then, if not, we call it a day. So now, this is the link. If you want to be part of this program, you just join. Click on the link shared by Restream.io, and you will be on this studio. Mr. Hyacinth, good evening and welcome to the program.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very loud and clear. Welcome to the program.
All right, thank you so much for what you have been doing. So far, so good. Really appreciate your efforts because you've been exceptionally wonderful. That's why our leader can trust you and give you such a humongous task, because he knows that you are capable. I remember the day you spoke with our leader on the interview, and you said something. You said, if there are men needed to actualize that you alone, you are 50. Now I can say that you are not the Achilles, where you are the Hercules. And I know this Herculean task you are capable. Now, two things to talk about, which is one, there is a way that we can actually spread the message through this media war. You know, if you on Twitter has a specific number of characters that it can take to convey a message, and with a lot of message conveniently. So if one rather goes to channels like Facebook and LinkedIn, you can make a comprehensive note. It's like writing I don't know, I've forgotten what, but note, updates of really want to let, and you now think a particular link from that page that you host on LinkedIn or Facebook, you copy the URL, then you take that URL to Twitter. When you take that, you put it there and address it to those that matters in the world, because they take Twitter serious, and Twitter is a weapon that we can utilize. So when you now take place in your message, now attach the names of the people you want. It can be Nigeria, it can be UN, it can be people, important people in the parliament or the US Marine and so on. It goes to them directly. They will see it. When they see it, they will be forced to click, and they will see extensive information of everything that you have. Sure way that we can in Nigeria, the rendition of our leader. That's one way we can spread it, and it will get to a whole lot of people. That's part one. It's like the bastards that we have in Biafra. Leave that light. In Biafra land, someone like Ekpa that is blabbing and talking rubbish, I believe it should be that way, because you know we cannot be talking about speaking to them in a language that they will find difficult to understand. While we have these people in our midst that are doing everything humanly possible, spiritually possible, to jeopardize our efforts.
Yes, your network is really your network is really bad. You know, it is just going off and on and off and on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. I'll put it in writing and send to you.
All right,
so that,
perfect.
Because
perfect.
I can't read this bad. I'll put it in writing and send it.
Yes.
To you.
Yes, including
all right.
this
Thank
one
you. Have a lovely day.
Including this one you said about the Twitter, please. All right. Including the one you said about Twitter. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Soe. Please be fast.
Okay. Simon, can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Good evening, and God bless you for your resolve, because due to some events lately, I've seen that yes, there's nothing the zoo will do. I know that if they can spend billions to go and adopt one man, is because they will do any other thing to detract the movement. But I've seen that no amount of squeamish will deter you, and your resolve is final. And you are giving some of us hope to also come out from our cocoon, that if you can do it, we can do a little that we can also. But like yesterday, there was not enough time, because actually some of the time I want to enter chat. I know you are strong, but I think sometimes we need to let you rest early to prepare for the next day. But I know you are prepared, you are good for this, but you are human like us, so we should also have that feeling also. I just wanted, since there was no time yesterday, I just wanted to explain concerning that application that sister was talking about. There are many out there, but because of the situation back home, there are only 2 that are very, very good, you know, that are free, like that Life 360. The Life 360 is in App Store and it's in Play Store. It's in Android and Play Store for both iPhone and Samsung or whatever Android. And it's very nice, Life 360, because you can add people as a cycle. If you create an account, you send invitation to maybe your father, your mother, even your brother abroad. You can add up to 20 people in your cycle. So if anything is happening, you don't quickly touch the button. It sends the location to all of them, the last place you were being, and keep tracking you. And the other one is called Ambi Kidnapped. That Ambi Kidnap was developed by a guy during the riot in New York for people to know whenever police is arresting somebody. It's very nice. Though after the protest, it's like it's no longer in Play Store, but it's still available for downloading APK format, but it's only for Android phone. Because I have a copy of it, I use it, and I still downloaded it also yesterday from other sources, and it still works fine. That one, if you just touch it, it will just send the location and the prepared text message you already write. Like you just write, if you receive this message, you know I'm a risk or be kidnapped or I'm in problem. You write it by yourself. So anytime you touch the button, it will send the message to the phone that you write down to be informed. And every 15 minutes, it will be sending your location to the person. And there's also an application, Cerberus, that help you to keep your phone on, because most of the time if you're adopted, the first thing they do, they try to take your phone from you or switch it off. That program, if you off phone, the phone will off, but actually the phone is not off. He offs the phone, they think the phone is off, but if you have the program installed, if you touch the off button, it will off your phone, but the phone is not off, it's still working, so that the location will still keep tracking every 15 minutes. If you are using the application called I'm Being Kidnapped. That's why I wanted to make suggestion. Also, you should create like a small space in Enter Biafra, which will be for downloads. This application of importance can put the APK format there for people to download, people that have Android. They can download it for your web. Even like this IPOB, they say it's no longer in Play Store. You can, but it can still be downloaded. It work fine. But you can, if you have it also, you can put the APK in your platform for people to download from. Anyway, I will send you more information concerning this. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that information, and the people have listened to you. Somebody commented, Stony Girl 74 said, "Is there some war coming to America?" Well, I wouldn't say is there some war coming to America. Rather, yes, there is a prominent concern. There is a concern that the terrorists in Nigeria have found a safe haven in Nigeria, and there is also a concern that they will be sponsoring terrorist attack in the in the United States and in the Western world. And this is coming from the from one of the U.S. general that was sent to the Sahel region. So, Stone Girl, I urge you to watch the broadcast again. After this live broadcast, you can watch it again to understand where that comment is coming from and why America should do everything to make sure that Nigeria disintegrates so that it will also solve its future threat. Because what we are fighting now is to make sure that we have the capability and possibility to end terrorism in West Africa. The only mechanism or the only measures or the only solution to end terrorism in West Africa and by extension preventing them from attacking the United States and the Western world is to let Biafra go. Biafra and Oduduwa nation and every other country that will emerge from Nigeria will build their own defense system that will make sure that no terrorist is existing in that region. Without this, they will run over Nigeria. They're going to take entire Nigeria. They will begin to utilize the natural resources in Nigeria. to sponsor this terrorist attack against America. That is exactly what we are saying. If you have access to anybody who is influential, if you have access to any government official, let them understand that the intelligence report, the United States of America Intelligence Agency, the military that have gathered within the Africa or West African region, that intelligence is now coming to the limelight. That's exactly what we are trying to do. And then in addition to that, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra were adopted in Kenya, and we call it the extraordinary rendition. They kidnapped him and they sent him back to Nigeria, where he is facing degrading treatment, torture, inhuman treatment, and all treatment that is against human rights and international laws. So we are creating the awareness to make sure that pressure is put and sanctions in the Nigerian government have been sanctioned heavily to make sure he is released unconditionally. Thank you. I believe after this, when you watch the program, you'll be able to understand better. And on this note, I'm going to bring you Ngozi. Good evening and welcome to the program. Good evening and welcome to the program, Ngozi. Good evening and welcome to the program, Ngozi. Ngozi is not talking. Ngozi is not talking. Stony Girl 74, thank you for being part and watching from America, because I believe you are an American and that's why you are concerned about the comment on war or attacking America and stuff. So thank you. Just make sure that the struggle we are into now is not just about the Biafra. It is not just about Africa. It's about the world. All right, because he's not talking, so I'm gonna take you off. I'm going to try to come back. Chinyere, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Simon. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be on your show again. As always, I would like to thank you for the wonderful job that you're doing in educating us and providing us information. I would like to encourage everyone to continue with the enthusiasm, to continue with the drive. Let our spirits not be dampened. Anywhere protests are being planned, we should all participate to the best of our abilities. There's some work going on the ground to figuring out how best to make these things effective. So we should all just be patient and keep praying and keep doing the best that we can do. And then I would like to just say something briefly about the young man that called in yesterday who had questions. Oh gosh, my little boy is calling me. Who had questions about the struggle. It sounded like he was doubting the struggle. It was really annoying that he wouldn't listen to actually hear what you were trying to explain to him, Simon. But I wish he's on the program today. I don't think he's on the program today. But one of the things that I wanted to say, just in case there are some other naysayers who are not so sure, is, first of all, it really irritated me so much that he was saying that we, the Biafrans, need to apologize to our fellow Biafrans in the riverine area, especially being that they betrayed, like some of them betrayed us. Some of them joined the Nigerian military and betrayed us. And he has the nerve and the audacity to say that we need to apologize for what happened to us, for our children that died, for our men and women that died during the struggle. And the struggle was actually for the sake of all the people from that region. And it wasn't like, so there's like a lot of information that he doesn't know that I just feel like he needs to do some research, maybe go back to some of these programs that are live, or some of the talks of MNK. I just feel like he's probably one of those people that hear a few things here and then. He has his arguments, like you have an argument, but you don't really have enough information and you wouldn't listen to learn something. So another thing is saying that we are landlocked is forgetting that the entire Biafran region is from the places you mentioned, part of Benue, part of Kogi, all the way down to the very end of that southeastern region. Forget what they're calling it, South. So, and all those regions, we have like altogether about 5 or so seaports. But I just need people to just wake up and start asking ridiculous questions. Just for once, just think. Do some research, try to find some information, listen. Don't be stuck on whatever nonsense you've been fed by maybe your parents or maybe people that are around you, especially with what's happening right now. Okay, so if you're saying, oh, I don't want to go to Nigeria, I don't believe in Nigerian government. Okay, so what else do you believe in if you don't even accept the Biafran struggle in your heart? I mean, it was so annoying. I really wanted to come online yesterday to speak, but I couldn't come online. But thank you so much for having me. Let me allow other people to speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Prince, good evening and welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening, Simeon.
Welcome to the program.
How are you today?
I'm doing very, very fine.
The Lord is your strength.
Amen.
Sorry, I've not been able to come online for all this while, but I've been listening to you.
Good.
Yeah, I've been following. And as I told you before, sorry that my picture didn't come up for the reasons you know well.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. First and foremost, I will only say first that God should strengthen you, because stepping into the shoe that is bigger than you, it takes extra hose and extra stockings to make it fit, to enable you walk a bit. Not that you are wearing the shoe that is comfortable at all, but it is still the shoe you have to wear for now. And all things working together for good. It is for a purpose. You see, most of the times when we go to school, we study to become professionals, but your teacher will not tell you what you are going to face as a result of being a professional, but your teacher will still encourage you to be a professional, is it not? So, and that is what the work you are doing now is. So many things will come your way, but my prayer is that God should strengthen you and give you wisdom to carry on.
Amen.
Another thing I have to say is concerning, in fact, yesterday I didn't listen to your broadcast, I listened to it this morning. When my wife was playing it this morning, I was so mad listening to the guy who was asking questions, talking of apology and so on and so forth. But on the second thought, I look at it that, you know, after the Civil War, Gowan and co, they made a lot of errors in the East and in the Biafran land by creating states, dividing, giving a lot of information, selling a lot of false information to people. I want to tell you one thing. You know, those days when we were living in the North, we find it difficult to somehow associate with the people living in the East. The same way, whenever we come to the East, we see ourselves, they look at us as people who are minority, who are outcasts, for the fact that we are brought up and we grew up in the North and we are the colors on the outside, you know, all this in there, whatever we gather, you know, all those like. But these are things that the government inflicted on the heart of the Southeast and South people that divided everybody. They created a lot of division. So I encourage everybody from the South or Southeast to stop this argument of where I come from, who we apologize because of the Civil War. Everybody should just forget about that. And then come down to the table. Let everybody forget about what has happened in the past. We're talking about the century we are in. We are talking about the 21st century where, okay, I was watching what is it called, Korea television last week. I discovered that Korea, Japan is no longer using this measuring tape they use in sewing cloth. They are no longer using it. They have gone to G5. They have introduced a digital tape that they can only take your front and your height and then download it on the system. It gives you the measurement of cloth. This is where they have gone to. And we're busy down there talking about cattle route, talking about Fulani route. What a shame. And today somebody is talking about apologizing about the war that everybody suffered. My parents suffered, my grandparents suffered, his own parents suffered. And we are back to it to begin to talk. We are talking about liberation now. We're talking about the new generation. We're talking about the new generation, the new generation of Africa, of Biafra. The Biafra that's going to liberate the whole Africa and liberate the whole world. The Biafra that is making waves all over the world. That's what we're talking about. Look at the basketball team that is set up that's going to Japan, that's going to Japan for Olympic. How many Biafrans that are there? Almost all of them are all Biafrans. They beat American team. They beat Argentina team in their trial. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the new generations. People, let us put aside whatever that happened in the past. We're talking about what is happening in the present. I heard today that that the court is going on the holidays. I'm not surprised about that. After NNAMDI KANU was there 2 years before they wake up. If they let them go on recession, we will be here waiting for them until they wake up. They will start the case. No matter how they run away from that case, they will start it.
Exactly.
They must start the case. And we're ready to answer them now. It is even good as they kidnap NNAMDI KANU. I'm even happy that they kidnapped him. Let them start that case. Let us see where it's going to fit. NNAMDI KANU has not been running away from them. Now they have go here, Gidigba had begun the case. We are here watching. That magic actually, man, how many say that magic? I fear. Let us see the magic. Enough of all these things. If you fear king too much, you wear basket for face and talk to the king. Buhari and co, let them do that their magic. Justice Binta, do that your magic. We are here watching. Let them do that everything they want to do. Do it once and for all. Let it end now.
Yes.
But woe betide them if they mess up on this case. The whole world got bohike. I am not going to I had to go ready. I say when you have to go Allah here. I had to go ready. I won't be able to go ready. Iha higher, me ham me kidozi ham me luwe ni isi. I feel go be. So I encourage you, keep on what you are doing and keep moving. The little we can do, we'll keep on doing. Nothing will happen to NNAMDI KANU. He will overcome and he will come out successful. And Biafra will be restored. Or the hammer, do hammer. Now, 5 Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, my brother, for that wonderful talk.
God bless you.
Thank you for the program. All right, MAZI Chinedumu, MAZI Chinedumu, good evening and welcome to the program. Our own Chinedumu, when you don't prepare finish, the team will come to talk again. I can't hear your voice.
Hello, my son.
Yes, welcome to the program. Can you be very snappy and very brief? Thank you. I still cannot hear you.
No.
I still cannot hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
What is going on here? Hello, I'm speaking.
Can you
hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, Simon, thank you for the great job you are doing. What I just want to say is, because I have to be snappy, is this. I want, if it's possible, I know how stubborn our people can be sometimes, but especially those of us in the diaspora. I'm making this recommendation. Let them, you see, the highest form of conversion, if I should say evangelism, on one. Everyone there is no one, the reason why I'm saying this, because the last time I followed your broadcast was when we were talking about, I think someone even mentioned something about printing flyers and all that, making sure that the normal people in the United Kingdom are made to understand what is going on, what their government is doing. So that was when I conceived this idea. And this idea is this: we have thousands, if not millions, of our people there in the United Kingdom. So why not anywhere, all those friends, all those your neighbor, all those your colleagues at workplace that you know, why not start from there? Why not start sensitizing them from there? One on one, one on one. Then another thing, so I suggest is this: if anybody asks you, where are you from? Even though they've known you all these years, you are from Nigeria, but all of a sudden just change. Man, I'm a Biafran. If someone has not heard about Biafra before, they will get curious. Even if they have heard about it before, the person will get curious. Why? All of a sudden, you are not. Yes. When you get them curious, you begin to tell them this is it. I mean, with that, trust me, if we have 100,000 in UK, or maybe another 100,000 in the United States, if you're able to speak to two persons, 5 persons, do you know how many people you would have sensitized to let them understand the reason we are fighting for this and the reason it must be? So these are the things I think our people should be doing. All right, I think our people should be doing this. And then thirdly, I think I have already sent you a message even on WhatsApp, sorry, on Facebook here. I said that try and do a video, show our people I sense, and of course when I gave that, made that comment on your Facebook, a lot of people, actually confirmed it. So I sense that most of our people don't know how to use the Enter Biafra, especially those using mobile, right? So if you can do a short video to show people how to use it, so you post on your this thing, on your Facebook wall, maybe some of us see it. I think that would also help a lot. So I think for now, this is because of time. I have so many things bubbling in my mind, but because of time, for so that to speak. So these are the few things I have to submit this evening.
All right, thank you very much. I will try to see how to make video of that. Yes. And please, if you are watching now and you know that you can do video as well, if you know you can make a video to demonstrate this, please contact me to help also. Because we cannot be doing everything by ourselves. So if you know you can do a video, a very, very good video, anyone at all, if you know you can do a video, please contact me, and you can even make it and bring to me, without even asking or talking. Just make a video how people can use it and send it to me. I will push it outside. Thank you.
Good one. In fact, if I knew
all right. Oh, the thing went off. Lucas Anuforo, good evening and welcome to the program. Anuforo, welcome to the program. Anuforo is not talking. Now, Mr. Clark, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Simon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for all that you're doing for Biafra. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just want to add something to our thinking faculty a little bit.
Okay.
When I look at things, I see that one of the main issues is that firstly, you had the Fulanis that conquered the north, and of course, we all know that the Fulanis are not indigenous to Nigeria, and also the British brought, the Middle Belt with the northern, the northeast and the northwest together with the Middle Belt, and I think that's one of the main problems because, and I'm always thinking, why did our ancestors agree to one Nigeria when they knew? From the studies I've seen, they knew it was dangerous. They knew it was dangerous because of because the Fulanis conquered the Awusas. Basically, the Fulanis, they're not indigenous to Awusa land or to those core north regions. They can stream in anytime they want because they have their emirs there, so they can stream in without anyone counting anything. As 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 soon as they conquered those lands, they can stream in anytime they want. So the issue of them streaming in has always been a problem since the inception of them conquering that area. And when the British put them together with the Middle Belt, it gave them even more ground because now it was the North, and they believed they were the leaders of the North, even though they had very small population. Because of their leadership of the core North, they could stream in anytime they want, and that's the issue. Why did our forefathers allow that to even though we had regional government? They also knew that it was dangerous. They also knew that it was dangerous, that idea that the Fulanis can come in. They knew that from the beginning, and so also just coming back to the present, the issue that they made agreement with Meitiala, which is just the madness. Which is not the madness that our government. That's one of the issues. That's why everyone's quiet. I think the big issue is that as Nigeria, the South believe that the North can do anything they want. That's just a law. The North can do anything they want, and the South won't say anything. There's always been killings in the North, which I've always been very upset about. That all these killings, Plateau, Kaduna, that's always been happening, and also all the Christians being killed in the North. So the North have like anything they want to do, anything they want to do, they can do it. So I think that is one of the main issues, and that's why our government, the Southern government, is so weak because of that issue. They're literally paralyzed. So I just want to just bring that in because I think that's one of the issues of the weakness of the Southern government, because they can't really say anything about what goes on in the North. They don't have a say, because that's always been the issue from the inception of Nigeria. Just wanted to add that to our thinking faculty.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being part of the program, Mr. Clark. Omo Biafra, did you send me a message yesterday? Did you send me a message yesterday, Omo Biafra? Good evening from here.
Good evening. Hello, my wonderful Biafran people, lovers of freedom. My contribution is in regard to our publicity method. So because if you look at the big media, like you mentioned, the big media has already been hijacked by the Arab oils and things like that. So crying at their door may not yield much fruit. But I think we can take advantages of some podcasts that are conservative, especially here in the States. We can take advantages of them. You know, like if we can have one voice, like one memo, we can be attaching to the other thing, either through Twitter or their Instagrams, or even on their Facebook page. So if we can tag them, they will be the voice that can speak for us in a conservative way. Because if you look at it, Democrats is in charge of virtually everything here, and they can care less about the cries of the masses. And there's some other things involved. You see their celebration when Trump didn't win. So for that reason, I will say that if we can have like a particular, if you can draft it, then all of us that are in diaspora can be able to spread the message, tag all the, like I myself, tag all the conservative that are podcasts. I can tag them, over and over again. So they have many people, followers that are following them that also like on the grassroots that can take our message to that angle, and who also understand the meaning of all this oppression more than the big men in their houses and their big positions. So that is my suggestion on that. And another thing is to tell our people, I know that hard time seems impossible, but they say that Saturday lasts for a night and Sunday cometh in the morning. If we get Biafra in a platter, we may not value what we have. So in all these our struggles, in all these our dark moments, let us hold on to God, know that God understands and he knows what we're going through. If we remain faithful to the end, that God is going to show us mercy. When the children of Israel was coming out of the land of Egypt, there is a better way for them to go. But God have already assessed we human beings and our weakness. He knew for sure that if they go through that way, they may repent on the road and they will go back. But he purposely allowed them to go through the Red Sea. So we and our leader, we are on our Red Sea right now. And the way we react on this Red Sea will determine a lot. Remember that the way that the children of Israel reacted on their Red Sea took 40 days journey into 40 years. So let us be positive. The people that will come to distract us, bring on a lot of things, to defy our mind and to defy our thoughts. They are gonna be there. They are called agents of darkness. They are called the watchers. They are called the gatekeepers. So like I saw something that they are going after our like main market Onisha, main market Enugu. They are going after the chairman of those places. They say military people are asking them for a meeting. You know what that kind of thing is going to yield? So all we can do is to keep on praying for them. Information we see, because so many of them may not be used to social media, is to make sure we make them understand that these are their tricks and these are some of the things they are doing now. So I think if we go through that angle, we may reach to people that we don't even expect, instead of going through like CNN and things like that. I don't see them responding to us. I don't see them responding to us because it may not fit their narrative. So that is my little contribution on like for those who are in diaspora and how we can reach out to them. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my sister. One thing about me is that I want to be different from everyone. Everything that have worked for me in this life is I want to do something that other people are running away from doing. That is one of the principle and the secret of life. The secret of life is to be able to take challenge where other people failed, where other people feel that it is not going to be possible to take up the challenge. And by doing that, before you do the first one, the second one, the third attempt, you will find out that that wall that is very strong, you will break them. So the issue of whether the news media, the CNN or other big media houses has been bought by Arab country should not be the reason why we must not try to turn that stone. You see, in this struggle, we are going to turn every stone. You don't know which stone you are going to find diamond. Some stone may have scorpions, some stone may have snakes. Some stone may have what you are going to use to get the strength to turn another stone that is bigger than other stones. So we are going to turn every stone. And in turning every stone, we have to make sure that those places where people are thinking that they are not going to listen to us, we are going to try them. We'll try them whether they listen to us or not. Because in this particular struggle now, we have gone beyond living and making decision on speculation. We have to be sure that we have tried and it didn't work out. you know, then if you come and you say, even if you try, it didn't work out, you try again. You try again, it didn't work out, you try again. If you go again, it didn't work out. Anytime we have an opportunity to protest, we go again. It doesn't take anything away from us. Rather, it will make us to continue to push forward. You don't just say because you have tried in the past or because they are not talking, so for that reason, we are not going to go there. When we know that if any day and any particular point in time we're able to break in and they report something small, that's how it starts. We've seen CNN reporting the issue at the abduction of our leader. We've seen CNN talking about it. We've seen CNN talking about Biafra. It is now we take it onto their doorstep. Whether they are going to report it or not is not shouldn't be the issue for now. The issue now is to encourage our people, not to discourage them. We have to be encouraging people to take this bold step, even if the bold step is not going to have fruit. Let us encourage the people. Let us encourage our family members to take this bold step of going to media houses, whether they are going to report it or not. But believe me, this is one of the secrets of life. Those places, those doors where other people have knocked, it didn't open. You don't just say, okay, this person have knocked at the door, they didn't open the door, so I'm not going to waste my time. Me, I knocked at every door, and that is why so we are going to do it. We are going to go to those media houses, whether they're listening to us or not. We will be beating our chest and say we did it, but they didn't listen to us. I hope I'm making sense. So please, you have to start encouraging people to, it doesn't take anything away from us. Your idea is very, very good. We are going to also take that idea and harness it, put it into practice, and everything we have to do it. This is the time to do that. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna bring you in. Where is Ahmed? Ahmed, I cannot see you again. Okay, Ahmed. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Simon.
Welcome to the program.
How are you doing?
I am doing very fine.
Thank you for the great job you've been doing. May the Almighty God bless you. And may the Almighty God bless all the people in this family. May the Almighty God bless all the IPOB and the Oduduas. So I just want to touch on the issue yesterday when a guy, Dennis, brought up when he was trying to talk about the map of the Biafra and this, that, in a struggle like this, we have people that they tend to they still have doubts in their mind just because one thing or the other. And from the way he was speaking, I already got what he was talking about. And I just look at it like he's the kind of person who is trying to protect his own interests, because he talked about, how can we be able to do our business, this, that, and immediately I got it. I said, oh man, this guy is he's concerned about his business. He's not really into the Biafra stuff. But anyways, Dennis, if you're listening, I guess you need to read more. Like I said, if we want to come on here to make comment, we need to read more. You need to sit down, educate yourself more, know more about whatever you're trying to discuss. This place is a place whereby you can come give your own voice, Don't come in and be like you're trying to argue this. Meanwhile, you don't know what you're arguing about. You talked of Ojukwu not apologizing. Did you even read about what happened, what transpired in 1967 to 1970? You didn't really know what happened. For you to say Ojukwu never apologized, you made a great mistake. Like, you don't know history. Nigeria is supposed to apologize to Ojukwu, and they're supposed to apologize to the Biafrans, but feeling bozy and stuff like that will never happen. So for someone to come on and say Ojukwu this, Ojukwu that, I'm highly disappointed in you, because it shows you're ignorant of what you're talking about. You don't really know what you're talking about, bro. And you know, if you go back, you go read what happened in Aburi Accord, and I guess you don't even listen to MAZI NNAMDI KANU, because it's all these things that he brought up yesterday. These are things NNAMDI KANU talks about every time. These are things he emphasizes. He tells you, he gives you reference. Go and research. He gives you places you can go and touch on. Go and read yourself. Don't come on and down and like start showing, I'm sorry to say, your stupidity and stuff like that. I'm sorry to say, but you know, I just feel that's the best way for me to put it, you know. And when we're talking about the release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU for medical, these, that, you know, like I'm looking at the way I'm looking at it right now, I will talk about the Igbo leaders. Like, I'm real ashamed of the Igbo leaders for them not to be speaking, because I can see the Southwest, even if we know that what they do sometimes you cannot even trust them, but at least for them to make a move to say, oh, we want a regional government, or this, trying to push something like that, it shows that the pressure is on them. But I feel like the Igbo leaders, the governors and stuff, not coming out to even try to be like, even if you're not showing like you're supporting MAZI NNAMDI KANU, you can be diplomatic about it. You can be like, oh, okay, we need the government to be just in whatever they're doing, you know, just make sure you say something. But none of them have come out to say anything. Only Senator Inaya Abaribe, and God bless that man. God bless him. I really love what he's doing. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn about nobody. Like, fuck anybody. I'm sorry to use that word, but like, anybody can go to hell. He doesn't care what happens. Those are the kind of people we want to see. Those are the kind of people we want to see.
Mr. Ahmed, let me tell you, that Dennis of a guy.
Yeah.
He is not an Igbo man. He's not an Igbo guy.
I would say that.
Yeah, he's not an Igbo guy. I just allowed him to, I gave him all time in this life, you know, on the program yesterday, so that any day he listened to that program, he listened to that, watch it. Any day his friends or anybody who knows him listening to that program,
you know,
he's not. He's
going
to remember.
You know, MAZI, there's something I want to tell you. See, it doesn't. I'm not an Igbo guy, anyways. But at least I'm trying to educate myself by listening to other people's view, knowing what other people are doing and stuff like that. So even if he's not an Igbo guy, that doesn't warrant him to come and start spitting out what doesn't make any sense. You know. You got it.
Why I'm saying he's not an Igbo guy, just to tell you that everything he said was not real.
I was trying to come in and be like, damn, I need to talk to this guy. What the hell is wrong with this guy? Like, you asked him several questions, like, okay, you are in Europe. How many countries are in Europe? He was like 28. I was like, what? Nigga, you don't even know shit. Like, you know, some people are just like, I said it earlier yesterday, I was like, damn, if you want to say something, this is a place whereby we have thousands of people watching and thousands of people listening to you. Don't come out and just come and display your stupidity as a human being, thinking like the cows we have in Nigeria that call themselves leaders. You are no way different than them. You're not different from those people, because you're just like, you don't think, for you to just come out and start spitting rubbish like that. And you see, there is one thing, like I said, the Igbo leaders, let me don't deviate. Like I said, the Igbo leaders, they need to look at it this way. If you look at the judge handling MAZI NNAMDI KANU's case, is from the north. If you look at the ESS, is from the north. The Anthony General is from the north. The Chief Justice is from the north. So this is just like putting the Biafran, or I say the Igbo man, in the middle and trying to like, okay, now, you know, it's just like, how do I even say it? I don't want to offend nobody here, like, but you know, it's just like putting someone in the middle, like, okay, there's a way we used to be then, back home will be like, okay, if you want to gang up, like you want to jump someone, and you guys be like, you put him in the middle saying, down, now what can you do? Now we got you, what can you do? You know, that's what I feel like. They're ganging up against him, which they don't even see it, just because they are so daft, and you know, they don't have no thinking. They feel like they got the power, they can do anything they wish they feel like doing. But I believe the God in heaven is going to like he's going to fight for every just person out there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, for joining the program today. We appreciate your contribution so far. Thank you very much.
No problem, Mazi.
All right, and our sister Alenora Angel, Angel the baby, Simon, I sent a super chat from hospital bed yesterday, and you didn't acknowledge it. I got discharged today, Sha. We move. We are very, very sorry. I'm very, very sorry, my sister. And thank you for that super chat, for always supporting, including even supporting from your hospital bed. We wish you a quick recovery, and nothing will happen to you. You shall recover very, very fast. And may the spirit of Elohim heal you as you watch me now. But let me not preach like a pastor of Nigeria, but believe me, anything that come out of this mouth, it shall be like that. So I command the spirit of healing to heal you and make you recover extraordinarily like no other person. Thank you very much. You shall be well, and you shall be healed completely. You know, you are going to be surprised what will happen and how you will be healed. Thank you very much. And another person said, somebody said, oh, I didn't see you. One moment. Somebody said, NNAMDI Igwe Maduka, 100 super chat too. If you did 100 super chat, thank you very much for doing that. I didn't see that also. So thank you very much if you do something like that. We appreciate you for supporting the page. Now, DJ, where is the DJ again? The DJ, you disappeared. Johnny, I'm gonna bring you. Where is the DJ? Okay, Johnny, just hold on a minute. After the DJ, I will bring you in. Good evening from here, DJ.
Hey, Simon. How's it going?
Welcome to the program.
I appreciate that. I'm going to just talk about three things. So give me a little bit of time to talk about it. I want to talk about media, Dennis and the doubt game, and then security. So on the media front, I think that there's a lot of more creative things that we can be doing. Yeah. I think, for instance, I think that collectively, if everyone sends an email, which is free, you know, how many millions of emails can we send to anyone, whether it's the UN, any embassy? Imagine being an embassy and waking up to hundreds of thousands of emails, all saying the exact same thing. Facebook, everyone free again. You can change your profile picture. Referendum now. If we're really serious about it, how many millions of people can change their Facebook profile picture to referendum now? Right. So on the media front, I think there's a lot more creative ways that we can be getting engaged. But I think I think maybe two callers ago, we want to become prepared with a message, right? If it's just referendum now in terms of your Facebook profile picture, they need something to land on to explain what are these people really talking about, right? You know, if we can pre-package something to let them have a good idea of what the Fulani people are really doing, and you know, tie that back to why it might endanger those in the West, that might be really powerful. So there's a lot in media that I think could be sorted out. All right, Dennis and the doubt game. So there's some goods and bads about Dennis, right? So
please, DJ, before I forget, so please, can you also send me email?
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just sent you an email with a bird. As soon as you see the email subject with a bird title, you'll immediately know it's me. Okay.
Okay.
So I sent it. The subject is a bird, and you'll know it immediately when you'll know it's me. All right. Cool.
All right.
So Dennis and the sort of the doubt game. People like to kind of create doubt, and the Fulani people are really good at kind of creating doubt. One of the doubts that I've heard, oh, you're going to be landlocked. Is Luxembourg not a landlocked country? Would you rather be living in Luxembourg or Nigeria right now? You tell me. How many landlocked countries are there that are just doing fantastic all around the globe?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of sort of doubt game that they play. Oh, the minority story. As an hijab person, I'm going to be a minority. Simon, you really just have to crush that over and over because, to be honest, there are people like Dennis that, in psychology, these are the type of people that know they're wrong, but there's a certain pride in them that will hinder them from learning. So you just have to we all have to kind of humble ourselves so we bring everyone along, right? You have to constantly kind of explain, okay, listen, it's not going to be Nigeria. It's going to be a republic. You're not going to be a minority. And you have to kind of explain it meticulously because unless they get over that hump, they're going to continue to fall on those sort of crutches, that sort of doubt that they throw out there, whether it's landlocked or minority or this one. So you have a lot of educational work you have to do. Another one that I think around doubt, some of the people that actually would want to vote for like a Biafra, like some of these people, what they actually fear, like I heard this the other day. I was talking to a relative of mine. I'm actually going to be afraid of the IPOB if we get Biafra. How will we contain them? How will they be like the ones now that are so animated about Biafra? How will we contain them within Biafra? Will they not continue that sort of animation when Biafra comes? So there's a need to make sure that the story of what is Biafra is really going to be like when it comes, and how it's going to be really democratic, and how it's going to have strong ideals. That's an important message to continue to sort of reiterate over and over and over. So I think on the whole point with talking about Dennis and doubts is just a point that a lot of people have doubts like Dennis that might come off wrong. We might all start to ostracize them, but we need to really think, okay, what are some points here that we can collect that are doubts that other people might have that are well-meaning that we can help to clarify? So just think about that on that front. And then the last thing is security. So I'm no stranger to network security. And I think it's really, really important that, you get your network security game up, right? I'm not saying that you don't have it up, but even email, right? There's something called Proton Mail, right? The servers are in Switzerland. International law, it's all encrypted. Nobody can touch it. So I imagine if you really start to look at security, your computer sort of cybersecurity, that's really, really important because I'm sure all sorts of fake people are going to be trying to contact you, swindle you in one way or another. And I think we all need to be very, very cautious about the sort of network or cybersecurity that we sort of pay attention to. There's other things that I want to talk about, but to be honest, I don't want to waste too much time. I can always come back later. So Simon, everything you're doing, be blessed. We're behind you. It's what we want, and anyone saying otherwise, they're kidding themselves because Nigeria as a country is a joke. Just because the Nigerian basketball team beat the U.S. Nigeria is not the U.S. So we got to be serious about what we're dealing with here. All right, man. You guys be blessed. Take care, okay?
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. I will be expecting your email, and this idea is something very good. We have to be, bringing those things and putting them together, and we are going to make something out of it. It is a very good idea. We need to harness everything we can. We need to harness everything we can. Thank you very much.
I would say the last thing before I go, the very last thing.
Go ahead.
Speaking to someone on the Oduduwa side, what they told me was that, and I appreciated it, maybe just because it was more obvious. We can't. They have a lot of intellectuals, but where are those intellectuals in this fight? They're not as apparent. I'm not saying that people we're all intellectuals, but I'm saying that we have a lot of brain capacity in Biafra land, and we should also be encouraging them wherever they are in the world to use their own capabilities to help our struggle.
Exactly.
Lord, because that's a part that the movement it started as an intellectual movement and still an intellectual movement. But because the government understands the language of force and violence, it may seem that it's not an intellectual movement. But what we're actually trying to do is a highly intellectual thing, and it should be treated as one. So I think a part of your mission as well is to, gather those people, whether on the legal side or the political science side, and have them think about creative ways that they can engage wherever they are, to get us all where we want to be. Anyway.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, EJ. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I'm going to bring you now, Johnny. Johnny, good evening and welcome to the program. You are not talking.
Hello.
You are not. Yes. Good evening.
Yeah. Hello.
Please, can you sit down while you are talking to us?
Good evening.
Yes. Can you sit down, please? You are
okay.
You are
Can
lying
you see
down.
me clearly?
I can see you loud and clear. Yes. Go ahead.
I've been waiting all day anyway. See the problem. One thing is this: I have to show a big appreciation. I have to commend you on the effort, the time you've been spending, everything you are doing perfectly well. Yesterday, I participated yesterday. I participated in the discussion yesterday with Dennis. You were so patient, and actually, he must have learned. There are so many Dennis out there, and definitely they must have learned something from you. So I shouldn't be among.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What happened? Please, Johnny, can you come back? Johnny, can you come back? Johnny, you need to come back to finish what you have started. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
the connection just went off. Yeah. Okay. So he must have learned, and so many other people must have learned from your the manner, the approach, your patience, the way you carried him along, and even if it's not an Igbo man, or if it's just an Igbo man, you showed that leadership characters, qualities, So you actually did well in that, not shutting him out. You had time to teach him. And again, I have to make an observation. In the live chat, very few people put a thumb up. When we have about 2,000 in that, about 400 or 500 that say the thumb up or even dislike. Maybe if you don't like it, if you leave this, you go to the live chat, at least you can put in your thumb up that if you like the program, or if you just still like the program, you still put. That is criticism that if our government, Nigerian government, doesn't like. You must like it or you don't like it, but you have just to show it that you don't like it or you like it. So yesterday it was still like that. So people will have like 2,000 people on the live chat, and we just have about 500 or 400 and the thumb up or even the thumb down thread. So that's that. I had the opportunity to watch, to listen to Banji Akintola or Akintoye, a Yoruba man, discussing something in television today, or I saw that today, that he said what Awolowo told him some years after the 1970s war. He said that the Yoruba must work with the Igbos. Yes. Apparently, it's like there is now a awakening that maybe, though we had some we have some doubts that they weren't so clear with their decisions then, like we felt we had been tricked or cheated them when we had the first issues. But things do change. I
I can believe that now they have seen the problems they had initially with the Nigerians, because they were tricked into believing that the Igbos are supposed to be their enemies, what the British intend achieving to make sure that Yorubas and the Igbos never become friends. But apparently, recently, it's like they are beginning to see that the better friends, the Nigeria, they are the Igbos, or they are Igbos, as they said. I do watch Wayegu's, the other guys, Mayegu's programs. So I thought it wise, maybe could it be possible there should be programs at times, like a platform at times that can collaborate with your programs and their own programs to make things come together. Because at times there are reflections that when they are doing some rallies, it could just be a Yoruba rally or Igbo rally, or at times they come up together. But most of the times, it could be better if there is passage of informations, combining the informations that the Igbos are doing this day, because it is just one cool cause we are fighting for. Free MAZI NNAMDI KANU, free Sunday Igbo. This day we are doing this, or even free people that are we are caught in Igbo's house, and that communicate be vice versa. That you may have a platform that your own conversation at times, liaise or with them at times, so that it will be something that is going hand in hand.
Yes.
You understand what I mean? Yeah,
Yes,
I just feel like that, because it's not just what it's not just what our own platform can just go alone, because we are into the whole issues together. Mayegu is doing perfectly well, and you are doing excellently. But to join the issues, the fighting, the agitations, like it's gonna be two things together. Check out a platform that maybe all these things will be correlated at times, even if it's once in a week, or a platform where two of those issues, so that it will show that these two forces are coming together to fight, to look for one thing. Because this is where these Fulanis will be so afraid that these guys are actually coming together with one view and one issue. And in television or in these platforms, it will be showing that you guys are actually working towards the same goal. Not it's still good. They are doing their own thing their own way. We had our problems before, but this is a new generation where we are fighting towards the same goal. The guy that just finished now before you called me up.
Yeah.
The guy that just called before you called me up, he mentioned things about security conscious, trying to beef off your systems, like your mail, trying to get things. I should be I'm supposed to believe that you should know all those things, that you must have had through a very secured institution, or through a secured person that is holding, that is helping you, or if you maybe you know that, because definitely you have to be very, very security conscious. You don't have to trust any person that comes online here. You don't even have to trust me. They are not doing anything bad, but to Nigerian government, we are doing worse things that somebody else can do, because we are fighting them. You know, that's right. You're not doing anything wrong. We are not doing anything wrong. But what I'm trying to say is this: beef off your security, especially your informations, from whom you receive informations, and from how people get into your informations. These are very, very important. Whatever other things will follow. That's my own contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate your input this evening. The issue of Mayegun, we have been having programs. If you have been following us, we have been having programs together, not quite often. We have been having programs, so, and I believe we are going to start having more of that program. In fact, a few days ago, I had a program with Mayegun as well, with Dr. Chidi. Dr. Chidi, this media, worship media. You know, we had I had a program with Mayegun and Dr. Chidi. So, and then the Oduduwa Citizen AY Koiki media. We you know, the only thing is that we need to, you know, have more of these programs often. So we are having. I have had a lot of some of the program, couple of the program with even Mayegun hosting me on his program as well. So we just have to like have more of it. But the issue of having programs together, yes, we have had, and we'll continue to have that, and we just have to make more of those programs. So that's the only thing I want to comment on. The other things you said, I've heard you, and I appreciate.
Okay, as we pray towards the release of our amiable leader, God is our strength.
Amen. 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 Thank you very much, Johnny, for being part of the program. Thank you. All right, and on this note, if you didn't, you know, have the opportunity to come in, I apologize. I apologize today. I have to sleep. Super chat, Ephraim Bono, thank you for supporting this page with your super chat. We appreciate you. Diago Harry, thank you for supporting with your super chat. MAZI Simon, did you receive my email about the referendum plan potential protocols a few weeks ago? I'd just like to clarify. Please, I don't know if I have received that email. If you don't mind, you can resend it again. If you don't mind, Diago, you can resend it again so that I will check it and see what you have sent to me. And then let me bring, I think, Amaka, you're gonna be the last speaker today. Welcome to the program, Amaka. Good evening from here. Amaka is not talking. Njoku Kalo, you have to speak tomorrow. There will be no time again. I need to sleep. I've been here for almost 3.5 hours, and I'm working tomorrow again. Those who will say there is no leadership in IPOB have leadership structure, and nothing is happening about that. The leadership of IPOB is very, very intact. There is no problem. Nobody should be talking about no leadership in IPOB. All right. The boss detail and the link apps. The boss, please, let's do it tomorrow. Explaining this boss detail now will take a little bit time. So Njoko Kalo, please, tomorrow you bring come with that boss detail so we can have more time to listen to you. Thank you very much, and may God bless Biafra. May God bless you. Oh, today, not tomorrow. Thank you very much. Today, I'm talking about tomorrow. This is actually 3 a.m. where I am. Where I am now is 3 a.m. Do you understand that? It's 3 a.m. Complete 3 a.m. I am, you know, this is 3 a.m. here, and we have to sleep. And I thank you all. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa Republic. May God bless Middle Belt. May God bless Arewa if they are going to accept my prayer. May God bless ESN. May God bless IQB Worldwide. May God bless MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And may God bless Sunday Igbo. May God bless Oduduwa. May God bless you watching me this evening. And by the grace of God, our leader will be out soonest. For those who think that they have spoken in a language that we understand, our language, you will go to school, you will not understand it. And that language will begin to speak as I'm talking to you right now. Good night. See you tomorrow. I see you today. Sorry, not for those of you who are still on 13. So see you today, later today. This day we are going to have probably 2 different broadcasts. We're going to have broadcasts in the afternoon. We're going to have broadcasts in the evening, and wait for it and wait for the topic of the day. Thank you very much.